Good morning, Starshines. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Just gonna adjust my mic a little bit. I don't think I'm quite loud enough. There we go. How's that? Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Toot. Good morning, Muffin. Good morning, Mike. And Muffin poured my coffee today, so let's just get that on there. Muffin. And you get a heart. Heart. Ta-da! A little bit of tape ripping ASMR for you there. Wanna welcome in. Good morning. Well, I guess good afternoon for you. Alright, you're on my coffee cup. There we go. Early is here. There's Early. Early's very upsetty that I am stitching and not keyboarding because she can sleep on the keyboard. And she cannot sleep on the cross-stitch frame because I keep bugging her. But good morning. It's Saturday morning, which means that we are going to be doing a lot of stitching, chilling, hanging out. I am working on a new project today. I started this a few days ago for the sheer dopamine of it. And also so I had something like easy to stitch on stream with. I do still have a backlog of stitches on my hoodie, which I will get to. It's just not been what I've wanted to stitch on in my free time. And it's my free time, so I'm gonna stitch what I want. No obligation stitching. So good morning. I didn't put up a project thumbnail for a reason. This is the start of my bird wall that I talked about a couple streams ago. That I'm just really, I have so many like bird patterns either downloaded or saved that I think I need a bird wall. I think I need like a raven, crow, occasionally other birds bird wall. So bird wall starts here. And I wanted to see how many of you could guess which bird this is from what I've stitched so far. And I feel like it's going to be easy for some people and not easy for other people. It really just depends on your personal experience. So let me know what bird you think I am stitching as I'm stitching it. But bird wall begins. So I hope you guys all have something to drink, nice and cozy, enjoying your Saturday morning. Toot guessed a cassowary. No, not a cassowary. Toot knows what it is, so Toot's guesses might be misleading. We went out and ran errands yesterday, so I am sore and tired, but we had so much fun. And we had so much fun. I got everything that I need for the finish party. It's gonna be so much fun. I got a ton of finishing supplies and picked up some floss. So I needed one skein of floss for this pattern. I was just looking at it now and I realized that I grabbed the wrong skein of floss because it must have been in the bin and I didn't check the number. So I think I'm just gonna roll with it. And yes, if you don't know what I'm talking about with the finish party, it is this coming weekend. Moon is holding in her Discord server all afternoon on Saturday, it's going to be a FFO party. We're just going to hang out, chat. You don't need to have your camera on, you don't need to have your mic on, you can just hang out with us, and we're gonna like work on finishing stuff together and do some body doubling and supporting each other, which has been a lot of fun. And also there's a planning thread in Moon server, so if you're not sure how to FFO something or what you want to do or techniques or anything, you can hop in there and get some advice, which has been really, really nice. I am probably gonna be looking for a couple more tutorials this weekend, or this week, because I don't want to mess these ones up. No Michael's trips for Toot. And one, I saw your guess, it is not a pelican. It is not a pelican. So I will give you another hint. This is a very specific bird, as in this is an individual bird, not a species of bird. Yes, Toot, this is a red-winged macaw in pastel blue and white. Nope. Not a magpie. I think when I switch to the yellow and orange, it's going to be a little bit more obvious. So yeah, I picked up foam core, which I got from the dollar store. Fantastic. Magpie, no. Blue jay, no. But good guess. I picked up foam core from the dollar store. I picked up almost all of my supplies from the dollar store, honestly. The only thing I couldn't find was fabric and pom-pom trim, but then I was like, I need like very specific fabric because it has to coordinate with the piece, right? So I wasn't expecting to find that stuff at the Dollar Tree, but I'm really happy with what I got. Oh. Oh, not bluebird. If it helps, this is the neck of the creature. And then this is like the belly. So yeah, looking forward to that this week. Otherwise, we don't have a whole lot exciting going on. We've got a checkup for Earls here. Just her yearly checkup. She's doing good. Swan, you're in the right habitat. Otherwise just chilling, working. I am deep in the throes of getting set up for our trunk show / key mat event. Goose? No, but she's often mistaken for a goose. There's just so many little things about setting this up because like we've never done a trunk show or event, so we have to pick up everything. Like I have to think about displays, and I need new business cards and tablecloth for the table. Toot found the most amazing tablecloth though. We were roaming the aisles and Toot goes, oh, I don't even know where I would look. I found it. Muffin got it. Muffin got it. It's Jemima Puddle Duck. Lana says never heard it. Jemima Puddle Duck is one of the characters from the Beatrix Potter series of children's books. Muffin says I love those books as a kid. Yeah, Beatrix Potter was such a cool person. Oh, hi Glenn. You might be more familiar with Peter Rabbit, who was kind of like the main character. But yeah, Moon didn't know who Beatrix Potter was, so because you know Moon's never consumed any media, which is a running gag on her channel. But Beatrix Potter was a scientist, a really talented naturalist and mycologist. She made a bunch of discoveries in the field of mycology, but because she was a woman, science didn't take her seriously. They basically ignored her accomplishments and her skills, so instead she had to make a living writing children's books about little whimsical woodland creatures. Because she was doing these amazing technical drawings of animals and mushrooms and plants and things, and they were not taken seriously by the scientific community, so she had to turn her talents elsewhere and created just some unforgettable stories and creatures and characters. But I always think of her as a scientist first. And you can see it in her work. Like, you can see kind of the accuracy of a lot of things in her work. And it's just really cool. Through there. Mrs. Tiggy Winkle is my favorite. I always liked Jemima Puddle Duck because she was like she did have like a redemption arc. And she always looked so fussy. Jeremy Fisher, another favorite, for obvious reasons. Because he is a bullfrog. Hi, Glenn. No, we're not cuddling. I'm picking you up to put you down. Okay, no, go cuddle your mama. Glenn was was sitting on my keyboard. I picked him up and he was like, oh, sweet, we're cuddling now. Wenna is knitting a duck right now. Aw, yay. First of the Legs Rest is done. I have never watched The World of Peter Rabbit and Friends. I haven't really watched any Beatrix Potter media, to be honest. The vibes are immaculate. All right, I'll have to check it out because yeah, I'm in a Beatrix Potter phase. I don't know. It's just got that. For me, it's very comforting and childhood, and it's connected with all of those kind of retro-y, vintage 90s vibes for me, because that was when my childhood was. So it's very much like, you know, Grandma's Kitchen and the handmade pot holders and that kind of like memory vibe, sense memory. I don't know if I'm explaining it quite right, the vibes. But I think Beatrix Potter was one of the things that I had kind of set aside as, you know, when I was a child, I spoke like a child, and then you have to set aside the things of childhood to become a man. I did that with quite a few things. Star Wars was one. Toot really encouraged me to lean into my Star Wars. Not obsession, but the fact that Star Wars is a big part of my personality. So yeah, it's like healing my inner child by renewing my interest in Beatrix Potter. And then yesterday, when we were at Marshall's, Toot found a tin of tea, and the tin is Jemima Puddle Duck, so it was perfect. And we have a matching Peter Rabbit one already. Not Peter Rabbit, Mama Rabbit? Peter Rabbit's mother. The one of her with the apron, and she's got Flopsy, Mopsy, and Doc. I can't remember the third one's name. Cottontail, thank you. I knew it didn't match the other two. So yeah, this is my little comfort project. I found the pattern on Pinterest, which I like. I don't really go on Pinterest for patterns because I prefer getting them from the designers. But I feel like this one was published sometime in the 80s and has gone through several iterations of being recharted and recharted and recharted. So I recharted it myself. Toot says there's no need to let go of things that bring you joy. There's no age limit on joy. Anyone who told you differently was dead wrong. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. You are 100% correct. So I recharted this one for Pattern Keeper to make it easier on myself. It's only about 1,000 stitches, so she's gonna be done soon. Just wanted a little bit of joy. The stitches for Marketplace are coming along very nicely. So I feel less stressed about starting something little. Often says I got rid of all my craft stuff apart from stitching. I've been rebuilding my collection the last few years. Yeah, I get that. You kind of like, you're like, oh, I don't need this anymore. I'm like, I'm too old for this. I'm over this. And then you purge, and then you are sad about it because you purged a little tiny part of you. Sorry about that, guys. Realized there was a bit of a slurp. Burley is very interested in my Pepsi's Cherries and Cream. Pepsi's. Yep. Pepsi's. Your inner child loves shopping for the new stuff. Ugh. My inner child at Michael's is very excited about everything. I really like, every time I see those, especially those sets of like acrylic markers, you know, like the really aesthetic nice ones in like the boxes, I'm like, oh, I would love those. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not going to use them for anything. Like I don't, and we have acrylic markers that are similar. So like, I don't need them. I just want them. Although I don't know if you guys know this, Flossie Fox Shop, who is a cross-stitch designer, you guys might be familiar, as part of her Patreon, she does a monthly coloring page that is just like black line art of her in her style. And I think I might print out some of those for coloring page purposes, because they're really nice. So I'm using the pattern that I am basing this off of did have suggested floss colors, and I had everything but one. So I'm using those colors, and then I'm just going to substitute for the other one. And I am using, well, DMC. And then this fabric I actually dyed myself. It's showing up great on the camera, actually, the color. Usually this camera washes stuff out, but it's showing up good. So it's this like mottled green, which is really setting her off lovely, I think. And I had a piece that was already the right size, so I didn't need to cut into anything. I was like, all right, this is perfect. Why can't I find the hole? No. Oh. The tiny modernist poison sal, sargon, or what is it, sangar. Also comes with coloring pages. Oh, I love that. I would love to do something like that, but I have no artistic talent, so okay. I do not have traditional artistic talent. I'm good at the pixel art, but when it comes to like actually drawing stuff, I'm not the best. Sangar. She's so cute. And like she's really not big because I will be able to finish her feet in without moving the frame. I'll probably just have to like scooch this down just a little bit. But her feet are just right here. So she's really not big, and then I just have to do her like cloak thing and then her tail. But she's not a big piece at all. And I thought this would be a really nice piece to start off my bird wall with. And also, this is... I don't know if anyone else would do this, but a lot of the majority of the pieces on my bird wall are ravens or crows. And I think if I had started with a couple of ravens or crows, I would have felt like that I had to stick to those instead of doing other birds. But by doing Mrs. Puddle Duck first, I've set the precedent that it's not just ravens and crows. And I think she'll look really super cute in like a little oval frame. And that's one thing that I've got to do before the finish party is I want to wash and iron all of my pieces before the finish party so that they're dry so I can finish them during the finish party. I might also cut down my foam core because that's going to be a big awkward project. But I've got about 8 pieces that I now have all the finishing material for. Oh, it's going to be so cute. I'm very excited about Possum Parade. Because I might grab the stuff to show you. But if you've seen my pattern Possum Parade, it's a round pattern that is possums going around and around and around in a circle. And I found like a paper mache box at the dollar store, which is the exact, and the lid is the exact size of Possum Parade. So I'm going to do like a little slightly puffy lid for this box, and I'm going to paint the box black with a little bit of like red pom-pom trim. It's going to be so cute. It's going to be a little possum trinket box. Want to look Jemima up? So cute. Now you want that blue hat for your duck? I mean, you can probably find a pattern for a Jemima Puddle Duck knit or crochet stuffy. I'm sure they exist. Like I was saying, this pattern was probably charted in the 80s or 90s. And it's got like very 80s/90s backstitch on it as well. Oh, thank you, Muffin. Toot, could you do the Discord command real quick? Yeah, thank you, Muffin. Muffin put the link for World of Peter Rabbit in the Pixin Media channel. Lovely, thank you. Thank you, Toot. And I think the only place this blue is in her hat. So this could be a color finish for us very shortly here. What are you guys stitching on or working on or existing near right now? What's going on this morning? I have very few plans for the afternoon, but I wish to do some cleaning and some playing Palia. Toot is working on Stephen King House by Witchy Stitcher. Muffin's working on their Raven. Ooh, nice. Similar theme, Birdwall. Siri, welcome in. Good morning. You made a new order? That's good. I'm so glad you're going to be able to get that started. Right, and Phas. So the Alan Wake Phasmo event is ending this weekend, and I still haven't done my Alan Waking. So Toot's gonna hold my hand while I play some Phas. And Muffin is building some more IKEA stuff. Nice. Doing the flat pack. Mike is working on Celestial Cauldron. Oh, that's so cute. That was this month's freebie, I believe, on her Patreon. It's really cute. And Siri's working on an old kit. Adult Lego. I think it's less painful than Lego. It might not take as long, really. I think Lego is more complicated than putting together IKEA furniture. But then again, I don't put together IKEA furniture. Toot usually does it, so there's that. Me counting and double counting. Right. See you in a bit, Muffin. Weave in this end. Siri also ordered Nerd Troops. Oh, that's good. Nurges, I love Nurges. They're my go-to. Where did my scissors go? Scissors. Early sleeping on the scissors. Thanks, Earls. Nerges are, this is a Nerge. They are my go-to. This is actually my favorite size of Nerge, and I only have 2 of them. I might order more just because I do tend to use them the most. I find that they're the most comfortable size for me to use. I'm only using 1 of them at the moment. So I don't know why I'm only using 1 and I haven't moved another project into it. I might do that with my sample stitch. And Celestial Cauldron uses a lot of electric blues, which you really like. Nice. Siri bought a set of 4 sizes. That's what I did as well when I was trying it out, because I didn't know what I was going to like. Like, I really thought, so this is a number 2, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, from smallest to largest. This is the number 2, and I really, really thought that I was going to like the number 3 the best. But no, the number 2 works really well. I thought it was going to be a little bit too small for me. Hey, Julie, welcome in. Good morning, good morning. But it is a great size. Also, I got a new stitching stand yesterday, or day before yesterday, which was very, very cool. New to me anyways. I got it off of Facebook Marketplace. And I really, really like it. It's not a Lowry. It is wooden. Oh, you just got back from IKEA. Muffin just went to Lurk to build some IKEA furniture, I think. That or to get some coffee in order to build IKEA furniture. Did you find any good stuff? Please share. The thread. Why are you being difficult, thread? Oop. What was I? Yeah, I got a new to me stitching stand. I'm gonna have to take some pictures of my new stitching setup because I did have to like completely rearrange. Okay, bye, Earls. I had to completely rearrange my like stitching computer setup situation in the living room to accommodate it because before I was using a clamp that was attached to the side of my desk, so it kind of like swung in front of me. This is one of the ones that like sits in front of you and goes over. But I really like it. It's super comfy to use. And yeah, I still have to do a little bit of rearranging in there because it's a bit of a mess from me doing the initial rearranging. But I have my new stitchy spot all set up. Or partially set up. It's partially set up. The stand is a J. Edmonds brand floor stand. She's really coming together. I love it. Good morning, Callie. Welcome in. So the backstitch on this girl is the like stair-steppy 90s backstitch where it outlines, it doesn't like, it wouldn't go from here to here, it would follow the outline of the stitches exactly. And I do intend to do it that way. Ah, what did I do? Went through the middle of the stitch.
Good morning,
Holly, thank you so much for the resub. 9 months. Thank you. Let's get you a sticker in the book. This is the last stream of May. So if you would like a sticker in the book, this is your chance. For everyone who subs, cheers bits, gives a throne gift, gift subs, I do a little sticker in my book of stitches, and this month's theme is Star Wars. I did find my other Star Wars book of stickers, so that at least didn't disappear into the void. I think. Hi, Earls. I think Kali's gonna get this Chewbacca sticker because it's super cute. And I don't have a Chewie on here yet. Let's see, this is Kali. 9 months. Perfect. Cute little Chewy sticker. Good morning, Moon. Welcome in. I was just getting Kali a sticker here in the book. So yes, this is my book of stitches. It's getting a little bit hard to close with all these sticker books in it. Because I want to keep the sticker books I'm using for the month in here. Just to make sure that I don't lose them. So, but yeah, it's getting a little bit chunky. We're getting a little bit full. We've got quite a few things under our finishes that are going to move to FFOs. Gonna be good. Although most of the FFOs are older, or I didn't stitch them, Toot did. I actually don't know how many pages I'll get to bring move from finishes to FFOs. I don't know. We'll see. Moon, I forgot to tell you yesterday. So we went to Michael's, right? And Toot wanted some of the new DMC 28s, the petites. So I went and I looked, and they had the old DMC 28s. Everything on the shelf was the old one that were not petites. I was tempted to stock up, but I do have a few packs of them in standby. So we're gonna have to find another source of petite. Well, we're gonna have to check another Michael's. Oh my god, they need to get their act together. Yep. Hi, Early Girly. Hi. Early, if you sit there, you're going to be smacked by my hand every time I do a stitch. You know this, right? And then you're going to get overstimulated, and then you're going to yell at me for touching you when you are in my airspace. Okay, we're going to do this anyways. Yeah, we were talking about your FFO event earlier. Oh, I'm very excited. I might do one piece before the party just to make sure that I've got my technique down. I watched some tutorials on flat fold finishes, and I was very relieved in that they all used glue. I was like, oh, thank God. I'm not the only one who uses glue for this. But it was funny because some of them used hot glue, and some of them used Eileen's tacky glue, which I have both. And I think the major difference is that Eileen's is like, because hot glue can be a bit bulky, you know what I mean? Like, it can be a bit thick. And Eileen's dries more flat. However, Eileen's needs, it isn't an instant adhesion, so you would have to like clamp down every time you glue something and then like wait a really long time before you can do the next step. So I think I'm going to be using hot glue, but that's why I want to do one first, just to see if that's going to work for me. Toot says, I am so anxious about glue and cross stitch. I was too, which is why I watched like a ton of tutorials, like Caterpillar cross stitch, Nicole Spore, what else did I watch? Atomic Heart. I think, no, Atomic Heart didn't have one, but it was someone like Caterpillar cross stitch. I can't remember what channel it was. But the one I'm going to test it on is one of the little ones that I made that I'm just using for a shop sample. I'm not planning on displaying it anywhere in the house, so hopefully that works well. And I did find most of my supplies at the dollar store. So, excite. Excite. I did all the low-hanging fruit already, and frame the ones that I have frames or hoops for. Also, I have a Jemima Puddle Duck needle minder, I think. I just need to... I definitely have a Beatrix Potter needle minder. I just need to go find it. Because I grabbed this because it was the nearest needle minder I had. I might find that on break. But yeah, she's really coming together. I think after I finish this beak, I'm not going to jump over and do her feet. I'm going to fill in her head. And she will look a little uncanny valley because her eyes are done entirely in backstitch. So it's just a solid block of white. I've gone one stitch too far.
Fall back.
Welcome in, Commander. Thank you for the hydrate. Ta-da.
Good morning, starshine.
Oh, Siri, thank you for the follow.
The earth says hello.
Much appreciated. We did get a present for Commander yesterday as well. If you guys have hung out for Commander's Wheel of Games streams, it's sometimes the Wheel of Beans, because he will eat a spicy jelly bean instead of picking a new game, depending on what the wheel lands on. Hey, welcome back, Muffin. We found 2 boxes of spicy bean boozled for your viewing pleasure. So yeah, these come in habanero, Carolina Reaper, jalapeno, sriracha, and cayenne. So tune into Commander's Wheel of Games streams to watch him eat those. It's fun. Welcome back, Muffin. Oh, noodles. Siri has done a lot of stitches. Nice. Are you doing your full coverage in half cross? I think if I were to do full coverage, which I am most likely never going to do, I would do it full cross, 1 strand over 1 on 20 count, because I really like the way that Uncelia is working up. Alright, we have a beak down. Even the end. I switched to John James needles because I couldn't find any other 28s. And I like them, but the eye end is pointy. So weaving in the end is often owie. But it says full cross with 1 thread is genuinely so nice. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it on my retro games piece. The only thing that I have to do is, because it's my only piece where I'm using 1 thread, I have to remember that I'm only using 1 thread and not just automatically start stitching with 2, which I've done a few times. And then I have the 20 count black and the 20 count green that I'm going to do something with. Very excited. We picked up some patterns yesterday because like everyone and their mother is having a sale this weekend. Haunted Frames, we got some there. Sassy and Mad Stitches is having a sale. Who else is having a sale? Not Flossy Fox. I did get a discount at Flossy Fox because we're a Patreon. Everyone's having a sale this weekend. So we picked up a few patterns. I picked up another Beatrix Potter pattern, a vintage pattern. And where's my white? Oh, it's over here. Where was I going with this story? I picked up a Home Sweet Mossy Home from Quaternion Creations, and I was thinking of doing it on my 20 count mossy green, but I think because it's got frogs in it, it might like ghost on the frogs. But I have a piece of even weave that's called Mushroom that I think would work really well. Commander wants to try it out so bad. Well, sounds like you might need to do your next project 1 strand over 1 on 20 count. Commander is a monogamous stitcher, which is quite a feat while being around us. Toot said, I thought you said, "Where's my wife?" And she was like, "Ain't got one of those." Yeah, I don't have one of those. Burp, burp, burp. Okay. Your beak is complete. So that is not where the first stitch is. Over here. But I have plans for that 20 count black. I'm gonna do the Witchy Stitchers Nostalgic Tarot. I have enough for at least 4 of them, I believe. But I might do 2 and then use the other one for one of Una Buena Piezza's gardens, which are those like long, narrow ones with all the little tiny motifs that look so fun to stitch. Siri is working on one of those pillow kits. It was bought a long time ago. Nice. I love old kits. I mean, I don't love kit stitching. I prefer to like get my own materials and stuff, but I like, since we're talking about like the retro vibes with, you know, Jemima Puddle Duck, Jemima was what I almost said. I like that style of piece. Like right now I've got this one going on, and I've got my 1996 Wizard going on. I don't know, it's just it's my vibe. Commander says he has a feeling he will stop being a monogamous stitcher when he starts the St. Anthony piece, because he will need variety. Yeah, I think I was thinking that might happen as well. Toot says it was a huge piece that broke me of monogamy too. Yup. I'm honestly kind of surprised the herbs haven't broken him of monogamy. That is a very large, intense piece of stitching. Sometimes you just need a little fun, easy win. Try to be more cognizant of that when I am getting patterns and putting patterns on my wish list. Is like, I love this piece, do I really want to spend, you know, 40 hours doing it, 50 hours doing it? And sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes it's no. So Commander says it is so much fun to stitch though. Good, I'm so glad. I mean, linen is so like tactilely, texturally satisfying. Just something about cotton thread sliding through linen. Moon says, to be honest, it's huge in surface, but it's under 10k stitches broken up in 6 finishes. That's not as large as I thought it was. I just know that because of the care he has to take with the pathing, that adds a layer of difficulty, but it's also the kind of detail work that I feel like Commander enjoys. Yes, the pathing is what makes it take so long. Yeah, I'm not surprised. There's freaking herb pillow tapestry kit. That sounds cute. Alright, well, my friends, we're gonna take a little short break here. I'm gonna see if I can find my Jemima Puddle Duck needle minder. And, yeah, we'll be back in 3 minutes. I'm gonna put up the break screen. I'm gonna mute. You're not gonna miss anything, but we have to run the ads because, Twitch overlords say so. So let's go on a quick little break. There we go. We've got our friends keeping us company. I will see you in 3 minutes. Bye-bye! All right, friends, welcome back. I hope you guys had a good break. Just find the right screen here. Hello. All right. Found my Peter Rabbit needle binder. There we go. Very nice, very nice. But welcome back, everyone. I realized that the reason I haven't been able to find any of my needle binders is because I put them all in the box of shop samples because they were stuck to a shop sample. I think I may have to temporarily transfer them off of that. But I found my Peter Rabbit, so that's good. So speaking of monogamous stitching, are you guys monogamous stitchers? You are. Why? If you aren't, why? And what are you thinking of working on next? Do you have any like big plans? Anything coming up that you're really super excited for? Anything that you're like, okay, if I just finish this piece, then I can start this piece? So I think after I finish, I mean, Halloween tree. Ooh. One of my marketplace samples is my main focus right now. But I think after I finish Jemima Puddle Duck, I might start one of the shop samples for later in the summer. Because I'm excited about those two. I try not to have too many, like, I feel guilty when I'm not working on a shop sample all of the time. But at the same time, I need to work on things other than shop samples because I will burn myself out. But also I feel like there's so many things coming up. Ellie says, I'm monogamous because if I have more than one, I will forget the other and never finish either. Muffin is non-mono because you can't help yourself. That, I feel like that is why I am a non-monogamous stitcher as well. And Toot is non-mono but very strict. Yes. Muffin says, I put my whips in a box and immediately forget what they are. I was like that too. Like, I didn't know how many whips I had, and I didn't know where they were, and things like that. So I like to keep them all. I like to keep them all relatively under control and corralled. But I do find myself in the middle of startitis where I want to start several of the things all at once. Commander said, why do I feel like DH is working on a pretty lady pattern, but it's also a duck? Because I am working on a pretty lady duck. I mean, it's pretty... You got it on the nose. Commander is utilitarian non-monogamy. Mike is... I'm sort of monogamous, mostly because I tend to stitch smallish projects. When you had your last sal, though, I'd have 2 things going the sal and 1 other. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah, this is the thing, like, I find that I need... Thank you for the hydrate, Commander. Hydrated too close to the sun. I find that I need my whips to have different techniques though. Like if I'm working on too many things that are the exact same style or the exact same technique or on the same fabric, I need to start something that's a little bit different. Because, you know, ADHD, need for novelty. Muffin is fully automated luxury non-monogamy. Peter, you come down here, you keep catching the floss. So like right now I have a sampler going on. I've got Jemima. My 90s wizard. And like my 90s wizard and Jemima are kind of the same style of stitching. This one's just going to be done a lot faster. And then the retro games is a completely different style of stitching, and also it's like my wizard is 2 strands over 1 on 14 count, and retro games is one strand is 1 over 1 on 20 count. So that's like a big difference right there. And then the sampler is 2 over 1 on 18 count, but it's like a sampler, so it's again a different style. Ah yes, Falm. That sounds like a piece of furniture that Muffin is going to be building this afternoon. Just needs an umlaut somewhere. Nice. Perfect. Someone get IKEA on the horn. Yes, John IKEA. I have a product line name for you. Sorry, I'm a little bit quiet today, guys. I'm finding that I'm running out of steam a little bit here. I love doing my morning streams, but we had a very busy full day yesterday, and I think I didn't get quite enough sleep. Unfortunately, we have someone coming into the apartment after stream, so I have to stay awake until then at least. And I also wish to play some Phasmors. We were watching Tangled play Phasmo yesterday. It was so much fun. Commander says Moon just pointed out your stream title to me. You had a good laugh. Yes, I am the founder and inventor of Cross Stitch. My name is John Cross Stitch. Phasmors. Where's... I think Phasmors are the ones that are by the campfire in Woodwind. You know what we should do this afternoon? We should make Rice Krispie treats. But without Rice Krispies. This is the greatest cross stitcher in the world, John Cross Stitch. Oh my god, it's John. It's true. It's me, John Cross Stitch. Glenn, you can't just steal stuff from my desk. Come on, baby boy. Glenn, why are you just here to cause chaos? He's just here to cause chaos. It's fine. Hi, I'm Glenn and this is mine. We do have the stuff to make one of the three we wanted to make. So maybe we'll make not rice. Stirk. Lucky Charms crispy treats. Glenn really said Tamway. Yeah, that I wish you hadn't taught him that phrase, Uncle Commander, because he says that whenever he finds something he wants. This cat, I was making bacon yesterday. He stole a whole ass slice of raw bacon out of the pan and ran off down the hallway to give it to Toot. Jesus fuck, he really is Commander in cat form. He is. He has no fear of death. No, like the audacity of Commander. He sees a roll of toilet paper and just goes, Tamway. My boy. My boy. Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to meet him. It's so funny because the boy is all chaos with me and all sweet cuddles with Toot. Look, Mama, I stole this bounty for you. Please have a feast in my honor. I mean, I think he did keep the bacon for himself. Like, I think he stole the bacon for himself, but his safe place to eat the bacon was with Toot. Because he was running straight there. I had to catch the little dork. Both he and Sam bring me stuff constantly. The bed is always full of cat toys. It is. I rolled over the other day and I was like, ow, what is this really hard stick thing poking me in the leg? It was one of those like cat toys with the wand. They had dragged the entire toy, including the long wand, up into the bed. And then you roll over the other way and you're like, why am I jingling? Why am I jingling? Why is there a jingle ball in my side? The answer is, of course, Glenn. Glenn is the reason for the jingle balls. Although Sam is the reason for the wand toys. She is the one who drags those into the bed. But both kids have been doing really well. Adapting really well. They're playing together, which is so cute. Come on. Oh. And this Ada is just perfect for this project too. I really like the way it's coming out. I was worried that she would ghost a little bit with the blues, but I think they're really nice and crispy. I wasn't worried enough to not use it because I am going to be backstitching it in 844. But yeah, I think it really pops on this fabric. This is one of the ones that I dyed myself in a bit of an experiment. I am going to do a video on how I dye fabric because I have a bunch that I want to dye. So I'm going to do a video on my method, which is kind of like a chronic illness disability friendly method that doesn't require lifting heavy things or doing the same motion for a long time. It's very relaxed, easy to do. However, it isn't replicatable. Like, if you get a piece that you really like, there is no way to make another piece similar to it. Even two pieces out of the same batch aren't going to look the same. So some people are looking for a method where they can repeat the same patterns, the same color groupings. This is not the method for that. This is a sheer chaos method. Muffin says that sounds amazing. I will definitely watch. I have some dyes and fabrics but no spoons. Yeah, this one is great because it does require you to do a little bit of like timing, but I'm gonna do different batches. So basically it's you pour in the hot water and all this stuff and put in the fabric, and then you let it sit for however long, and the longer you sit the darker it gets basically. So I'm going to do 3 batches, one after that has sat for 1 hour, one that sat for 3 hours, and one that sat for 5 hours. But you can tell just by those numbers that it's not like you have to do a lot of stuff all at once at the same time. It's very spread out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to filming that. I just need the time and the spoon, so it's probably not going to be anytime soon. Get in the hole. Nope. She's looking so good. A fancy lady duck. Hey, good morning, Lady K. And says yesterday I watched a video where a Korean family dyed salt using bulldog sauce. They then used that salt to cook steaks and prawns, and it looked delicious. Ooh, that would be delicious. Like, I can imagine there's just a small enough amount of heat that it gives a little bit of the flavor without making it entirely too spicy. Here at Deontay Seeking That Come Off podcast mode. Welcome to the visual stream. I am stitching Jemima Puddle Duck. She's looking really super cute. I got a Jemima Puddle Duck tin yesterday. I'm really happy with it. I would show you guys, but it's in the kitchen.
Good morning, starshine.
Lemon Lime Silly, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in. I saw a message pop up and I was like, ooh, what did someone say? It was my bot saying what I was drinking. You know, I kind of picked up this Degrassi Junior dye as like a basic bitch coffee because it's French vanilla, which is a pretty neutral flavor. So I thought it would be good for trying with like different syrups and different creamers and things like that would kind of like have a very strong flavor of their own. But I'm really enjoying it actually, so I might order some more of it. The method for cooking the prawns was interesting. They put a bunch of salt in a pot, then laid the prawns on top of it and covered the pot. They kind of steamed the prawns using salt instead of water. Interesting. So it was kind of like making prawn jerky? Because I feel like the salt would dehydrate it. Desiccate it, if you will. Turkey? What do you mean, Muffin? What did I say? Oh dear. Prawn jerky, perky. Got you. Got you. That's a good one. I love that you just like kind of quietly make portmanteaus in the corner when we say something a little bit weird. Like we'll be talking about whale milk and you'll just be there like, milk. Milk. Oh no, we love your nonsense. Your nonsense named the Queerker. Which is coming out June 8th, by the way. I've already got everything scheduled for it, so I'm really excited. Toot does do that shit all the time. And you definitely don't type all the ones you say out loud. Oh, come on. Why are you caught? This is a safe space. You can definitely type all the ones that you think. This is a safe space for nonsense and chaos. Like yesterday, Toot sent poor Tangled into the full asylum map on Phasmophobia. Tangled was not ready for the full asylum map on Phasmophobia. Toot doesn't even play that map. Chaos. Chaos, I tell you. I know you guys probably missed Toot's stream yesterday because she came with me to a doctor's appointment. But she is going to be back on Sunday, tomorrow, playing Phas in the morning. So make sure you are following and drop into that stream. And I can't ask Toot to shout herself out, so let's do a quick shout out at Toot. So I think the body of like her cloak, it's a lot of confetti. Like it's not really confetti. It is technically blocks of color, but it's more like Tetris pieces of color. So I think I'm gonna do that typewriter method and just not try and like follow the blocks. Because I feel like that's a good way to get myself completely lost. Oh my goodness, I need to wake up. I got too much going on today to be sleepy. Maybe I should actually drink my caffeine drink instead of my decaf coffee. That might help me a little bit. I've also got sand stuck in my eyes still. So I don't know if that's like making me extra sleepy because my eyes feel like they should be asleep. Just one of those mornings. It is bright and sunny outside. But it definitely feels like a good day for enjoying the sunshine from inside the house. We have the kind of rainbow frosted peel and stick stuff that you put over your windows for privacy, but it creates rainbows on the floor. It's going to be It's absolutely gorgeous on sunny days like this. It's so pretty and the cats love it. Although no one is in the window bed at the moment. I wonder why. Early, is it because you'd rather be here with me? Are you gonna go in the window bed after I leave? Toot has Glenn and Sam down there with you. I think I have Binks up here. I probably have Binks. I think I see her ear. Could be wrong. Binks has discovered she can get up on top of the snake enclosures, and that is her new favorite place to curl up. And I mean, like, honestly, it's probably really warm up there because of the warmth from the enclosures rising. That's why we have cat beds on top of Pow's enclosure, because especially Pow's enclosure, she gets light and heat from the top. So like there's one spot where the UVB bulb is that just gets so nice and toasty for them. Our babies are spoiled, and that is exactly the way that we like it. Toot says, I have big purrs and Glenn's searching for smoochers. Aww. Does he want Mama smoochers or Sam smoochers? Mama smoochers, they are good. Like I said, he is all chaos with me. Like, he comes down to visit me and he is on my desk, he's getting into everything, he's knocking stuff over, and then he goes down and is just so sweet and loving to Toot. It's like, okay, I see. Daddy is for harassing, Mama is for cuddles. So I have to do this little bit right here, and then her head is finished. I don't think I'm gonna, and this thread is not really long enough for me to go over and get more than a couple stitches in her tail done, so I'm just gonna fasten it off. And then I think I'm going to work on her little dress cloak, house coat thingy. Alan is the same. He steals all my stuff and then goes to his dad for cuddles. Yeah, and then your partner's like, I don't know why you're so mad. He's just a little love bug. And then you're like, no, he is a demon birthed from hell. Glenn is a sweetheart. He's also just a kitten full of kitten energy and kitten curiosity. She says, wow. Look at her, she's so pretty. I'm so happy. I keep looking at this and just being like, she looks so good. She looks so good. Alright, so let's tick off what we've done, and then we're gonna do, I said we're gonna do typewriter method for, oops, what do I want to do? Here. I wanted to do typewriter method for cloak, but that basically means that I need to have all of the colors already ready to go, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. Muffin said she's come together so fast since the beginning of stream. Yeah, right? I know. So, for her cloak, I need 603. That's 605. 603 and 601. Here, 603. And then this was meant to be 601. So you can see why I didn't like super pay attention, because it looked like the right color. But it is 3805, which I think I have a wound bobbin of, so I'm just gonna quickly poke around and see if I do have a wound bobbin. If not, we needed this color anyways. Let's see, bobbin storage, where are you? Where are you? I'm so sorry. I cannot stitch. I cannot sleep tonight. Alright. We're back. 38. I do have a wound bobbin of 3805. So there we go. I think that's gonna be just fine. Lady K says, I love the nostalgia vibes you've been giving lately. First 90s wizard and now Beatrix Potter. That's just the vibes I'm on right now. I don't know why, but I am on like a 90s retro comfort train. And I'm okay with that.
Is such a thing even possible?
Thank you for redeeming the wisdom of Cryon. Let's go do that. So, if you guys are new here, I have an Oracle deck that was published in the 90s. That is based on the teachings of the Angel Cryon as channeled by Lee Carroll.
Fall back.
Whoop. And thank you for the hydrate. Now, I use tarot decks, tarot cards, and oracle cards in my daily practice. This is not a dig at anyone who uses oracle cards. These cards are just... they're wonderfully unhinged in that 90s kind of way. So we do want to see what the Angel Cryon, as channeled by Lee Carroll, has to say about us and our day today. So let's give these a shuffle. Shuffling ASMR. Right, and then we're going to cut the deck twice. 1 and 2. And our card is feeling stuck on your path? Celebrate it. Celebrate the knowledge that all is relative and that you may be stopped so that others may catch up. Would you deny them the participation in what you have created? I think we've gotten this one before. And like, I kind of like the message in it. It's also just slightly unhinged as well. I don't want to deny you guys the participation in what I have created. So I'm willing to be stuck. So thank you, Cryon, for your wise words. I will take that knowledge forward with me. That we are all interconnected. This was another thrift store find that Toot found, and I knew I immediately had to get it. It's so good. It says, over the last decade, The angel called Cryon has filled more than 9 books with profound wisdom and spiritual instructions for living a positive, uplifting life. Channeled by Lee Carroll, Cryon tells us that we are dearly loved and that we can make a difference for our troubled planet. As you use these cards, remember that Cryon is dedicated to the continuation of the manifestation of peace on Earth, beginning within each one of you. Cryon does have a thing for asking if we shall deny others something. It's always like, will you deny them this chance to do this thing? Oh, bro. I'm not trying to deny you anything. I just don't want to be stuck anymore. I think the Angel Cryon would deny that. Girls, I need you to move. You have to come over here. Okay, are you gonna just crunchy meow at me and still block my view? Fetch says, will I deny Moon the chance to eat some grilled ham this morning? That is the question. Yeah, Toot's on her way for grilled ham, because that sounds really tasty. Although I was gonna suggest Taco Bell for lunch, so maybe Toot will stay. Alright, yay, Toot's staying for Taco Bell. Let's go. Alright, so we're starting the pink on our cloak. So the cloak is 3 pinks and 1 blue. And I think it's gonna work really well. I think it's gonna, although the pattern looks very like splotchy, I think once it's all stitched and I can kind of like stand away from it, it's gonna look really good. That's one of the things about those kinds of patterns. Oof. This style of patterns is that they don't always look great in the chart, but something about them when they are something about them when they're all stitched up, the colors just kind of like vibe together. They coalesce in a really pleasing way that you're kind of like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. And I think that's because there was less reliance. I mean, there was no reliance on computers because everything was hand charted. So it was a lot more of like going to your stash and pulling colors that work together, even if they aren't close to each other in number. I don't know. It's just a different style of pattern writing, and I love it. Taco Bell has become a favorite of mine as well. It was Toot's go-to birthday meal. And it's probably not better. It's probably not as good, and there's fewer options, which tends to be the case for fast food. That said, the quality has gone to shit. Yeah. Taco Bell just opened near us a few years ago. We've only gone once, but we enjoyed it. I enjoy Taco Bell. It's definitely one of my, like, I just want comfort food and I don't want to think about what I'm eating too much. And I just want easy, quick comfort. That's Taco Bell for me. Like already I'm loving this pink with these blues. Ah, I love her so much. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. So I'm doing typewriter method, which means I'm just starting at the top and working one thread all the way down just across each row. So I'll do that for each of the 5 colors until I'm done. And then once you finish the thread, you go back to the top and work each one of those colors as you go. So you get to switch colors every thread, which is lovely for me. That's actually how I've been getting through one of my marketplace stitches, is I've been spinning a wheel for what color I'm going to do next. Unless I'm like, I was in a mood to finish a specific part of it. So I did that, and then there's another part that's easier if I have it outlined, so I did the outline, and then I'm spinning the wheel to see which color I do next. Because sometimes life is fun when you just have to fill in an area and you don't have to think about it. The counting is all done for you by your past self, and hopefully your past self counted correctly. But you won't know until you've tried. I just miscounted. I can't count to 2. There we go. 3 shall thou not count. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot of startitis lately. We've got a lot of great patterns in our library, and I'm in so many Patreons, and they just keep coming out with good new stuff. I want it all. And I want it now. I want to start all the things. I want to be stitching on all the things. The thing is, I like the process of starting a project, and I feel like I shouldn't mind having a lot of whips just with my personality, but if I do have too many whips, I get stressed. I feel like I'm like not finishing anything, which I'm not, because I'm working on 40,000 other things. But that causes me stress. So I know I can't have too many whips going on at the same time, but I want to have many whips going on at the same time. It really is a hugely varied thing. I've talked about this a little bit before, that I used to be a knitter, and I was into like the knitting community online. And in the knitting community, it is very uncommon to have more than 2 or 3 whips. And it is, and the timeline for knitted pieces is often months, weeks or months. Whereas in the cross stitch world, having, you know, over 30 whips is pretty normal. And the timeline for project completion is years, if not decades. So, and I think that they could be related. Because if you know you're going to finish something in a few weeks, it's easier to not start something new until you finish the other one. If you know your piece is going to take you a few months to do, it's a lot harder to resist starting something else in the meantime. At least for me it is. I've already got one project in hibernation, and I do want to go back to it, I just... not right now. I think with that one, I'm at the point where I want the finished piece more than I want to be stitching on it. So I just need to let it hibernate for a little while, and then I'll pick it up again. But I won't let it fall off my whip list. That's one of the reasons that I keep an active whip list, in my stitch book so that I don't forget what I'm working on, basically. All right, friends, just about that time. So I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Miss Puddle Duck has come together quite nicely. I love her. Okay, stop stitching. Okay, thank you. You ever have that where you're like, okay, I'm gonna get up and do something, and then you just keep stitching? Because it's just one more little half cross. It's just one more small half cross. It's fine. It's just a little bit. Yeah. That's me right now. So, here she is. She's looking lovely. She will probably be finished fairly soon, because like I said, she's only 1,000 stitches. And then it's full steam ahead on marketplace releases. So I am going to wrap up there. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really, really appreciate it. Spending your mornings with me. It's so great. And yeah, I had such a good time this morning. I'm sorry I'm a little bit lower energy than normal, but it is what it is. Mike says it's so easy to identify her now. Yeah, it really is. All right. Goodbye, Wuna. You guys are so welcome, and thank you for joining me. Like I said, it makes me happy to be able to spend a few hours this morning with you guys. So let me just do a couple of shout outs real quick. Like I said, if you don't already follow Toot, she does no mic, no commentary gameplay 4 mornings a week. So it's the perfect opportunity to just like vibe and chill and hang out. Tomorrow morning is Phasmophobia for Ghost Church. And I will be back Monday afternoon for co-working. Next week's schedule should be the same as regular. But it will go up in the Discord as usual. And it says no apology for energy levels. Thank you. If you don't already follow Moon, you should definitely do that. Moon will be live stitching tomorrow evening, I believe, but also is doing the FFO party in her server. So yeah, I've been talking about the FFO party all stream. It's going to be so much fun. So go check out Moon and join her server and all that good stuff. Check out the latest in the shop. It is Mothman's Book Club, which is so cute. I'm so excited. The Patreon has some fun stuff going on. There is you guys just got your 2 member exclusives. There's going to be a freebie coming up on the 1st, and then the new Patreon exclusive is going to come out on the 8th. And all of our patterns for June are all Pride themed, so definitely stick around. We're releasing a whole bunch of stuff in June that is all Pride themed. It's going to be so much fun. The FFO party is next Saturday, the 6th. Yeah, next Saturday, so you've got a little bit of time to prep. But yeah, that I think is it for me. Let's find a friend to raid on out to. So if you're subbed, grab the first message. If you're not subbed, grab the second message. And let us find someone to raid out to. I almost just hit stop stream instead of raid channel. We're gonna go say hi to a friend. It's a cozy horror stream, so we are going to hang out with Nox Astra. Yeah, let's go hang out with Nox for a little bit, give her some love. She's a fellow Canadian streamer and does like cozy horror, hilarious TikToker. So yeah. Alright, my friends, I will see you in the coffee shop. I will see you in the Discord server. I will see you at Moon's FFO party. But most importantly, I will see you in my heart. Alright, bye guys. Bye bye.